Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good afternoon to everyone present. We begin the talk this afternoon with the recitation of Al-Fatiha. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To everyone present this afternoon, I would like, on behalf of the Faculty of Engineering, I would like to welcome all of you to this talk on how to write a research book. Yeah, this is actually from the personal experience as an author. Yeah, by Associate Professor Dr. Zaiton Haron from School of Civil Engineering. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Zaiton. Thank you for your willingness to share with us on your experience. Dr. Zaiton is the author of the book titled Construction Noise, Issues, Measurements and Predictions. Yeah. Before I invite Dr. Zaiton to to share with us her experience, I just want to inform to everyone, especially to the faculty of members of the Faculty of Engineering, for both Myra 1 and Myra 2, we have a target of 70 research books for the Faculty of Engineering. 70 research books. Now they have differentiated between index research book and non-index research book. Yeah? Index research book meaning that index under Web of Science, Scopus or ERA. Yeah, so we have to have 70 index research book for 70 index research book and 70 non-index research book. Yeah, that is how many we have to produce. Yeah, as of last year, we have, in fact, not only us, the whole of UTM, we did not do very well in terms of the research books. Yeah, and for that particular portion, we have actually we have a benchmark of 0.92 for Myra 1, yeah, for index research book, and 0.13, yeah, for non-index research book for Myra 1. And for Myra 2, we have a benchmark mark of 1.05 for index research book and 0.27, yeah, for non-index research book. Yeah. So this is actually quite a lot. Yeah. And we haven't done quite well, yeah, in terms of publication of research book. Yeah. the Faculty of Engineering have done a number of initiatives. Yeah? We have a series of workshops, yeah, prior to COVID-19, yeah, where we ask people, we have a number of talk on how to write research book, yeah, particularly from UTM Press and also our professor, Dr. Nazri Jaafar. I see Dr. Nazri, Prof. Nazri is joining us today. Yeah?
Ya, ada kat sini ni.
Prof. Nazri, Prof. Nazri has managed to publish a lot, yeah, a lot of research books, yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
And then, we have been hearing from Prof. Nazri, and actually he has been monitoring, yeah, the people who joined the series, yeah. And Dr. Nazri, yeah, actually there is an increase, yeah. Before this, the whole UTM will have less than 10, yeah. But as of last year, yeah, we have managed to publish for research book, we have for non-index research book we have published 10, Prof. Nazri and everyone, 10 research book as of 2020, which is a marked increase lah, which is a marked increase from 4 in the
Ada
previous
breakdown?
year.
Prof,
Yeah.
ada breakdown tak? Ada breakdown tak? Yang mana satu yang betul-betul research book, yang mana satu yang edited book atau edited volume?
Okay.
Ada breakdown tak? Tak ada.
Edited volume, which we count as chapters, Prof. Okay, for chapters in research book, we have 34 chapters for index, yeah, and for non-index, we have 118 for chapters, yeah, Prof. For chapters. So for the edited book, we count as chapters.
Okay.
Yeah, we count as chapters, which give us
Alright.
give us other marks lah, Prof. Actually, for the chapters, actually we can get more lah. Untung lagi, when we calculate
Okay.
by
betul.
chapters. So we calculate by chapters. This is about research book that cannot be broken down into chapters.
Okay. So yang betul-betul research book lah.
Betul-betul research book only 10, and
Alright. Not bad
for
lah.
everyone's information, for a book to be counted under research book, actually it has to be based on research. Meaning that you cannot do a textbook, and then expect us to count it as research book, because that will not be counted as research book, but that will be counted by in other publication. Publication in journal lah, artikel semua tu. Jadi itu, if for example you want to write a book on pantun, you are not you are not someone who is specializing in poetry, but you want to write about pantun Melayu, that one cannot, or your fiction ke non-fiction book, because it is not related to your area of expertise, and when it's not related to your area of expertise, we can straight away put it under other publication, because we surely know that it's not based on your research. But if it's based on your research expertise area and you can justify that it is based on some research, then we can count it under research book. Okay, a note, okay, Prof. Nazri nak komen, we encourage our staff to publish under UTM Press. But in any case, we also, because as long as you publish under a publisher that is registered under MAPIM, we can still count it as research book lah. So we are not saying that you cannot publish with other publisher, although we encourage you to publish with UTM Press. Okay, so that is it. So 10 over 70, we have a lot lah. We have a lot, and in terms of our marks, it is not too much lah. So we have a lot to improve. So I hope, after listening to Dr. Zaiton, we have around 1 month before session opens in October. So if everyone concentrate, we can at least publish a draft research book, with the publishers lah, with the publishers. So let's hear on how Dr. Zaiton and her friends do it. Okay, Dr. Zaiton, thank you. I pass the floor to you. Dr. silakan.
Okay.
Terima
kasih,
kasih, Dr.
Prof. Naomi. Okay. So I can share my slide.
Boleh.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Thank you, Prof. Naomi. Thank you also because Faculty of Engineering inviting me for this talk. That is how to write research book, and this is based on my personal experience. So I'm Dr. Zaiton Haron from Department of Structures and Materials, School of Civil Engineering, UTM. So it is such an honor to be able to deliver my experience to all of you. Okay, actually I'm not a writing expert for the research book, but I will give you the best suggestion, opinion based on my experience on writing of our books called Construction Noise Issues, Measurement and Predictions that has received award from MAPIM. MAPIM is Majlis Perwakilan Persatuan Ilmiah Malaysia and Ministry of Education. Winning this award was beyond our expectation actually. And this book actually was published by Penerbit UTM Press. So what I presented here is solely my experience with the UTM Press. But I think any publishers will have the same procedure. I also want to say thank you to Penerbit UTM Press because of our book was nominated for this award, which is this book is was published on 2018. Yeah, actually, this is our third book, and we wrote this book during my sabbatical back in 2016. Well, before we go to the tips, let us see what is a research book actually. So research book actually can be categorized as original book. So for this case, research book is actually transformation from one thesis or several theses, significantly edited so that it can be read by wider audience. And the style of writing also is different from the thesis and journal papers. According to the DBP, Dewan Bahasa Pustaka and Penerbit UTM, it means research book, it is an original book and can be defined as author's own writing that is not fabricated, copied, not duplicated, and not translated from other writings. So this is the definition. So actually, it is kind of original book, which is maybe can be interchanged between the textbook. Yes, meaning that research book can be also as a textbook. Okay, I want to share with you all that when we wrote research, when we write research book, we have opportunity to be nominated for various prestigious awards. For example, MAPIN KPM, which is awarded, which we held annually, and Anugerah Akademik Negara also annually, Anugerah Buku Negara, and also many foreign awards. So many people do not know about this. Me also, after we have won this, we realized that there are lots of prestigious awards that we can participate actually. Yeah. Okay, this is one of the requirement in the National Academic Award. And recently, I followed the talk from Professor Rofa Hasim, who in charge National Academic Award for the book publication. And he mentioned about the strict requirement, yeah, for the award of the book, yeah, meaning that research, we have the chance to participate in this award. So one of the requirement is that buku ini memperlihatkan pertautan idea dari bab ke bab, ya, and bukan buku suntingan, ya. Koleksi kertas kecil atau himpunan esei, ya, thesis or disertasi, ya, yang melainkan telah dirombak dan distruktur semula ke bentuk buku. So that is the original book. So our research book actually come under the original book. So another requirement is that our book must show the significant impact to the society. Look at number 14, memperlihatkan dampak ilmiah yang memberi kesan positif kepada masyarakat ilmu, industri dan masyarakat pada amnya. Meaning that when we write research book, it's not only for the scholar but also for the public. So that is among the criteria that taking into account for the such award. Okay. This is the chart shows how the process of book publication in UTM, penerbit UTM. This is my experience. Yeah? So I found that it's got 3 stages: stage 1, 2, and 3. Yeah? Stage 1 is the manuscript preparation. After we complete our manuscript preparation, then we send to the penerbit UTM. Yeah? How to send the manuscript is by writing a letter to your I think last time the pendaftar, we still have a pendaftar at the faculty. So I asked the pendaftar to send this manuscript, and then after sometimes the stage 2 is it's involved 2 reviewers. The penerbit will ask you 5 reviewers, outside reviewers. So this is in stage 2. So in this stage 2, those involved are the reviewers, authors, and publishers. After that, after it's completed everything, no errors and so on. So we move on to stage 3, which is involved only for the authors and publishers. So, to my experience, stage 1 is the most hardest part. And I think, from my experience, we need, as a writer, we need 9 tips to speed up the manuscript preparation. The tips, as you can see here, the tips. The first one is we need to know why we write. The second one is who are our audience. The third one is clarify our idea. Number 4 is attractive title. Number 5, budget allocation. Number 6 is deadline publication. 7, outline of construction. 8, establishing chapter writing. And number 9, combination of complete manuscript. Okay, the first one, why do we write? So I think most of the lecturers are passionate about writing. So for me, I have my passionate for writing since my young age. But at that time, before I got PhD, I have no solid idea. So it's just at that time we focus on the module, something like that. But after we got PhD, yeah, so I have my niche area, so my passionate grew stronger, yeah, because at that time you have your specialty. Yeah? For example, you have got many awards. For example, you got MOSTI, you got FRGS, you get UTM, yeah, eScience, and so on. So your research is very valuable. Yeah? So by sharing with the by writing a book, you can share with people out there. Yeah? So we need to ask ourselves, yeah? Which one comes first? Yeah? Some people writing because of promotion, yeah, or because of people ask you to write. But for me, writing must come from ourselves. You must be passionate, yeah? Because writing need kesabaran. Yeah? Okay, so what you want to share? Yeah? For example, for my case, it is very difficult for me to get a book, research book that related to my area. So I think this is my responsibility to do that. Yeah? And also you can see current issue. For example, for our case, yeah, many complaints about construction noise. Yeah? But in the bookstore, yeah, we found out that there's no book about the how to manage construction site, except there are guidelines from the UK and from the US. Okay. Sometimes when we write, yeah, we also need to think: is it necessary for us? For example, if you are now as a senior lecturer to be promoted to the associate professor, the research book that you publish will add up mark to your existing mark. But you need to plan it properly. Yeah? Other than that, why do we write is that actually when we write a book, yeah, before this I have published a textbook with the friends. Every year we will get a royalty. Yeah? Although this is not much, but you still get the royalty. Yeah? As long as there is a people want to use your book, you will get the royalty. Okay. The second tip is that who are your audience? Yeah? Once you have certain your why do you write? For example, for example, last time I'm very passionate to write about my area. Then we need to think, who is our audience? Yeah? Is it only the scholar, or maybe public, yeah? Student, and so on? This is research book, but for me, if you only produce research book, yeah, it is only for the scholar. Yeah? But if we can broaden the audience, for example, for the student and the public, then many people will read your book. Yeah? So that is my idea last time. Yeah? So I decided to go beyond the scholar. Yeah? So how do I get the example? I will do some research. For example, you can browse to Amazon, SLBO, Taylor Francis, and many other bookstore. Yeah? Do some research. Yeah? If let's say your book for the scholar and also for the student, yeah, so you can read the reviews. Yeah? Each book got reviews, then you can read good and bad reviews. Yeah? So you can evaluate. From there, you can evaluate. You can combine several ideas, yeah? And then we can as a guidance. That one is a guidance for us. So that is very important. We write what the potential reader might like and want. And third tip is that clarify your idea. Once we clarify who is your audience, for example, for my case, I focus on scholar, the industry and the student. So from there, I can get what is my big idea behind my book. For example, in my case, my big idea is that prediction versus measurement and the complaint. And then we can also look our strength. For example, look at this. You can, for example, you can see a list of theses that we have. For example, now what is your strength? In my case, my strength is prediction measurement, but I don't do the mitigation. So that is my strength and my weakness. So my book will focus on prediction and measurement. And then number 4 is, how is my book different from others? So once we get our the strength and weaknesses, so you can compare with other book from from the same niche area. And then why should people read my book? So you need to think. You need to think as a reader. If we are the reader, what we expect from a book. We don't want the book to be without picture, without good diagram, without example. So people will don't understand. So what we think last time is that we put work example, nice picture, and nice diagram, so that people will not get boring. So, and what can I offer that no one else can? So in our case, we found out that there's no book about prediction and real measurement from a construction site. So that is our idea last time. So maybe for you all, maybe you can clarify your idea from your thesis, from your work. So you can do the mind mapping. Okay, tip number 4. Okay, this is very important, although it's simple. The title. The title also must be short and clear. And reflect the content of book. Just now we have clarified our idea, and this is the time we determine our title. And usually penerbit UTM will they suggest last time, they suggest to us that if possible, the title must be the first of its kind. Nobody before this write the same title. Okay, number 5, budget allocation. So when we write a book, the most important thing is that the knowledge. So we need to allocate the budget. So here I can well, there are four that need the budget allocation. The first one is workshop for writing. Second one, proofread. The third one, you can hire a person to draw your figure. And number 4, formatting. Okay. The first one, attend a workshop for writing. Last time I have attended 2 workshops that is under penerbit UTM. And that is very important for us because in that workshop, they will explain you how to differentiate the research book and the textbook and so on. This knowledge is very important. So I don't know, last time it is free. So, but outside company also offer this workshop. Okay, for the second one, proofread manuscript. This is also very important. What we have done is that after we complete our manuscript, we will send to the proofread company, so that it will, shorten the review process. And drawing, in our case, we do it ourselves, and the formatting also we do ourselves. So if you cannot do that, so you can hire someone. Okay, tip 6 is set deadline of publication. This is my experience in UTM. The manuscript preparation, this is about 6 months, maximum 6 months. But if you have already, like Prof. Naomi, we now have 1 month time. It is possible, because this is your area. Last time I did it within sabbatical, because my sabbatical is not for the writing book, but do other things as well. For example, paper, journal paper, and so on, competition and so on. So if you focus, 1 month is also possible to produce good manuscript. Okay, after you produce that manuscript within, let's say half year here, or 1 month. So the process after that is within 1 year, because our manuscript will be reviewed by 2 reviewers, first reviewer and second reviewers. The reviewers, is very important. The selection of reviewers. Please select the good reviewers, so that your manuscript will have they will give you a good comment, constructive comment, not good comment, constructive comment, and also quick response. After both reviewer completed the response given by the 2 reviewers, we will have to proofread again, because maybe there are grammar error, the style of writing, that review 1 doesn't like, and also review 2, they have different comments. So we need to correct as soon as possible, and then we give back to the penerbit. Then penerbit will proofread. We don't proofread. Only proofread. This proofread this time is done by the penerbit. They will find their own proofreader. Okay. After that, after it all okay, then the penerbit will contact us again to write preface, synopsis, biography, and so on. And then the book cover. Book cover also will be decided by the penerbit. So the important that we send to the penerbit is that the manuscript itself. Okay, so don't worry about the cover. The cover will be determined by themselves, by the penerbit. So the important here is that your manuscript that has been proofread by ourselves, before we send to the publisher. Okay, tip 7 is the outline construction. Actually, we are the storyteller. So the construction of the research book is similar with the thesis of the other book, or not thesis. It's similar. It's content chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, 4, 5. The content is different. So after you confident, after you already know who is your audience, then you can determine the layout. So with confidence. So if this book is for scholar, for public and so on, so you can arrange your chapter accordingly. Yeah. So each chapter must be have a good interaction between them. For example, chapter 1 must have a good interaction with chapter 2, 2 with 1, 2 with 3, 3 and 2, and so on. Yeah. So it will be interconnected. Yeah. So for our book, yeah, each chapter 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, we provide example. Yeah. So for these tips, we will see how to write chapter for detailed explanation later. Okay, tips 8, establishing chapter writing. Okay, once we determine the outline for the whole research book, so now it's our time to write the chapter one by one. Yeah? For example, you need to set a schedule of writing. Let's say now you have 1 month. Yeah? If you had six a chapter, so one chapter maybe less than 1 week, 5 days, something like that. Yeah. So you need to apa nak kata macam you need to istiqamah. Yeah. So a chapter for 5 days, yeah? By hook or by crook. Yeah? Because now you want to target is 1 month. Yeah? So for our case last time, I do it a chapter a month. Yeah? So I make a schedule. Yeah? So when we write, yeah, usually we write when our energy is still high. For example, first day in the morning. Yeah? And then you must write our experience. Yeah? This is very important. Yeah? If we don't write our experience, we will stuck. Yeah? So better we write our experience. That's why before in tips 7, yeah, we must clarify our idea. What is our weakness and our strength? Yeah? That's why we need to determine that, yeah? to avoid you know tak kehabisan idea. And then when you write, you must use simple sentence. Simple sentence, to the point, no contraction and so on. And also the diagram must be clear. The picture must be clear, and your diagram. If you take someone else, then you make sure you put the reference. It's just like a thesis. Citation. Citation also is very important. If possible, we use the up to date. Yeah, the recent. Yeah, it's just like a thesis also. We use the up to date reference 5 years, and make sure don't write too many your own paper. Yeah, and lastly, for each chapter you must proofread. Yeah? Last time what I did is that complete 1 chapter I will proofread it. So it's better that way. Then you compile everything, then you proof it all. Okay, this is example. Example for the how we use simple sentence. This is the comment from the reviewer. Although I already sent to the proofreader, proofread, but the reviewer doesn't like the way I write, and the proofreader doesn't detect that one. So usually the reviewer will propose. For example, here before this is this is the original, and then this is the new one. Okay, and their comment is that to the point, simple sentence and to the point. Okay, use appropriate conjunction. For example, apparently, on the other hand, meanwhile, furthermore, meanwhile, and so on. Yeah? So that is, it's similar in thesis also we got that. And this is important. Yeah? Do not use contraction. Sometimes we don't realize that. Yeah? Okay, so beware about that. Yeah? Although your reviewer might detect that. Yeah? But for me, review must be should check your content, not the style, something like that. Yeah. Okay, this is a proofread company that I used to send. Yeah, this is one of them, MPWS, Proofreading United, and so on. Okay, after you complete one chapter, you have proofread them, then you move on to the other chapter, and lastly you combine all of them in one file. So after that, write the preface, create index, and then check list of reference, and then after you have complete. Usually, last time I will not send to this to the penerbit UTM after everything complete, but I will keep it for 2 weeks, something like that, and then I read it again. I recheck again, recheck again. It is because I want our manuscript have less correction. Okay. For the preface, preface is usually after the content. After the content, we will have a preface. Preface is like abstract. In a paper, it's like abstract. But here we have it is the chance for us to show off what is our book content and so on, and draw the readers in. And then state the purpose of your book, what reader can hope to learn from it, and then state, and don't forget to state your dedication of work, but because not all people can be become author. Okay, before I forgot, the author, make sure that author not more than 5 people, because if you your authors, let's say you have your book got 6 authors, it will it cannot be nominated for award. For example, MAPIM, Anugerah Akademik Negara, and so on. They want the book with the author 5 people and less. Okay, the preface can be up to 2 pages. This is our preface last time. Okay, so in this preface, you can highlight to the people that has helped you, helped our work, and so on. Index. So the index is also important, and this index is it is not penerbit. It's our part of our work as an author. After everything complete, we will create an index. Print index. I think most of us already know what is index. It is a information contained in a book, can be single word or multi-words, located at the end and sorted alphabetically. So don't worry about the index. Last time index, although I have already attended the course by the penerbit, but as a human we always forget. So, but don't worry, we have a good teacher, YouTube. Everything, if I don't understand, I will refer to the YouTube. Go to the YouTube, just type index in Word, then you can learn how to create the index and so on. It's very simple. Okay, cover design. All right, this is the cover. Don't be so hard to find a good cover for your book, because this one will be decided by UTM. This is our cover our manuscript. Yeah? We went to the, this is a last time Maiden under construction. This is Maiden building under construction. Maiden in Mutare. Yeah, we went there and we measure, and then because we want get the best shoot. Yeah, but finally penerbit they have their own ideas. Yeah? And I think it's better. Yeah? So this is the cover of the book that provided by the penerbit. Yeah. Okay, that is the cover. Yeah, the cover. Sorry, that is the tips. Yeah? Before we write a research book. Yeah. Okay, now this part is how to establish each chapter with detailed example from our books. Yeah. Okay. I know everybody got a lot of thesis, yeah. So you need to think, yeah, following the tips that I gave to you just now, yeah. Clarify the idea, which topic you want to the thesis become research book. Yeah? So bear in mind that the thesis has to be transformed. Yeah? Significantly transform. It is not. I mean, bukan sikit-sikit secara besar-besaran. You need to transform. Okay, so for me, yeah, the research book, how thesis to become a good research book is that the first one is we need to revise. We need to edit. It must be coherent and has continuity, readability, and wow factor. This wow factor is very important from my experience. Okay, so what is wow factor? Yeah? Okay, let's say now we have. Let's say this is last time. I have lots of theses, yeah, PhD, masters, yeah, but sometimes it's not suitable for the audience. My audience will be community, public, researchers, engineers, and industry. Yeah? And this book also, my aim is that not only for the scholars, but also for the, as you can see here, for the public, yeah? And also for the postgrad student, and also can be referred by final year project, final student for the final year project. So with this audience, so we need to, clarify our idea. Yeah? So with that, I choose because my area is prediction of noise. Yeah? So the closest one is the one project dissertation. Yeah? The title is Noise Prediction and Measurement from Construction Site, where I use the data from the dissertation about 70%. Yeah? And also not only this dissertation, I also took the data from one thesis master. Yeah, it's about 15%. The data from other theses is about 50% of them, and also other journals, about 50%. So, and after the title, after we choose the title, yeah, then we determine the outline. Yeah? It is very important, yeah, to determine the title. Yeah? Okay, this is the outline of the research book. Yeah? So you can see here, yeah, this is the original dissertation. Yeah? This is the research book. So as I mentioned, we need to edit, significantly edit, revise. So you can see usually the thesis, its content is chapter 1. Yeah, it consists of problem background, introduction, problem background, problem statement, objective, scope, significant, and so on. Yeah, but for the research book, no such thing. Yeah, you need to edit, revise. Yeah? What I did is that I took the problem background here. Yeah, change the title. We don't want the word of problem background. Yeah? Actually, the background here it's about issues of construction noise. So here I changed problem background to the construction noise issues to be chapter 1. All right. And then chapter 2 usually in thesis is the literature review, right? But in research book, yeah, we don't need to put literature review title here. Yeah. So what I did is that this is construction noise. Yeah? Of course, we need a theory. Yeah? So the theory, chapter 2 is the theory of construction noise. Yeah? So what is the theory? So it's got the relation 1 and 2. It got relation. Yeah, yeah? Because you must have the continuity. And then third chapter. Okay, construction noise. Yeah? So how we evaluate through prediction and measurement. So I will choose the measurement first here. Evaluation of construction noise, measurement, yeah, using the measurement. Evaluation of construction noise, but using the measurement. This is method 1. Okay, and we see at the dissertation, yeah, we have chapter 3 as a methodology. Yeah? This is coincident. Yeah? And so I put here, and it's not the title methodology, but we change it to the measurement of construction noise. And then chapter 4, chapter 4 is actually literature review. Yeah? In the original literature review, we have in chapter 2. In dissertation, we have in dissertation we have chapter 2, the prediction, the measurement, everything in literature review, everything we gathered in chapter 2. But for the book, we cannot do that. Yeah. So I take some of the literature review for the prediction. I put it in one chapter. My intention is that when people read, yeah, they will, they will understand. Yeah? There's a good flow. Yeah? For initially they read the introduction about the noise issues in Malaysia, construction noise issues. And then how, this is the review, yeah? How construction has happened, something like that. And then chapter 3, how to measure, yeah? How to measure and evaluate. And then chapter 4 is the prediction, how to predict. Sorry. This chapter 4 is actually to explain the prediction. Yeah? Chapter 5 is evaluation using prediction. But before that, yeah, I want the reader, when you read, the reader will be, relieved. Oh, before we go to the prediction, we will explain what is the prediction and so on. So I did it in chapter 4. Yeah. So this is chapter 5 is the method. Yeah? Method again here, chapter 5. Yeah. So if you can see here, for the chapter 2, it is literature review, yeah, to explain the concept of noise and so on. Chapter 3 is the evaluation using the measurement. Yeah. In this chapter 3, although it is a method, but you need to provide example and also the case. And the result from the measurement you provide in chapter 3. Yeah? Although this is method, but the result must be located here. Yeah? After measurement, so this is what you need to how to measure, and then example, and then the measurement that you do on site, and then how you analyze, and we put everything in here, chapter 3 related to the measurement. Yeah. And then chapter 5, yeah, the same, this similar with chapter 3, chapter 5 similar with chapter 3, but this one is for the prediction using the same case we use in chapter 3. Yeah, So we do prediction, the result, analyze. Yeah? So we have two data. In thesis, yeah, we put it under one topic, right? Result and discussion. Yeah? But for the book, we cannot do that. Yeah? The reader will be very, confused. Yeah? For me, as a reader, yeah, if I'm a student or if I'm an engineer who reading this book, I like they feel relief. Yeah? Everything, the info is there. Yeah? And then chapter 6 is the comparison, yeah, between 4 and 5, result 4 and 5, yeah, prediction and measurement here. And then you must relate this result with the issues that you you discuss in chapter 1. Yeah. So that is how I arrange my outline of book research. Yeah. After we satisfied, yeah, with this, yeah, then we do one by one, chapter 1. For me, the important thing is that the outline of the book. Make sure it's intact, has a continuity. Yeah. And the most, for me, my experience, yeah, chapter 1 is a very important. The most important one is the chapter 1, yeah, because this is the introduction to the reader. Yeah. So this one is the important point when establishing chapters. So before you write something in each chapter, bear in mind, yeah, we are transforming the thesis, yeah, or dissertation to the book, and we bear in mind that we need to revise. We need to change everything significantly. But the most easiest thing is that you must not mention this study, this research in your book. Yeah? Don't ever mention in your book this study or this research, right? And then write what we really understand and sure. Yeah. Don't if you know this word, then neglect it. Yeah? Make it soft and easily understand by laymen. Yeah? This is also very important. Yeah? But because one of the, I still remember one of the reviewer comment about our manuscript is that it contains too technical terms. Yeah? Don't use too complicated technical terms. Yeah? If you want to use, it's okay, but with some condition. For example, you need to explain something like that. Yeah? And then select the title for the chapter. Yeah? So there are ways how to select the title for the chapters. I will show you later. And then at each chapter, we put the abstract. Begin each chapter with the abstract. Okay. Last one is that avoid too many self-citation. Yeah? It's not good if you only cite your journal, your book chapter, and so on. Yeah? It's not, it's not beautiful. Your book is not beautiful. So avoid too many. You can cite your paper, but do not too many. Yeah? Okay, key point of chapter 1. Yeah? So what is the purpose of chapter 1 is that to give first impression. Yeah. Just now I mentioned that chapter 1 is very important. Chapter 1 in the thesis is the problem statement, what else? Objective, aim, significance of the studies. Yeah. So in the book it's different. Yeah. Book is, it will inform the reader. Yeah. To give first impression to the grab attention from the reader. Therefore, if possible, you must put beautiful pictures that describe your research, illustration and so on. And then here also, chapter 1 is a important point to compel your reader to read your book, to attract interest, engage the reader. Yeah, so this is the most important. You must give something here, I call it wow factor. Yeah? When people read it, oh, this is, it cannot be found in other books. Yeah? And it shows that your book is very important, although maybe it's not so. Yeah. And then you also need to indirectly show your book is different from all other books in its category. Yeah. Okay. Now, how do I choose? How did I choose? I select the subheading. Yeah. Okay. Here, for example, yeah, chapter 1. I will set objective. Yeah. For example, what is our objective? What should I write? Yeah? I call it objective. What should I write in this chapter 1? Yeah? Bear in mind that this is the important chapter. Yeah. For example, here I want to expose the existing issues about construction noise in Malaysia and also in elsewhere. Yeah? And then I want to show the effect to the human health. Yeah? People may not know. Yeah? As a public, maybe they don't know the effect of noise. So this is my responsibility that I must show this is very important that can affect their health. Yeah? So that is the second objective. And then the third one is to prove. When you say that your idea is important, you must show. Yeah? You must prove. Kena buktikan. Yeah? Is it the existing of that issues? Yeah? For example, you can put the statistical data, report, and so on. Yeah? And then the fourth one, to provide the relation with the issues with the current guideline. Yeah? For example, construction noise. Yeah? So how do what is the law that relates to the construction noise? What they is it enough? Is it currently can avoid the excessive? Yeah, especially when the construction now is the management noise is only applies to the big project. So how about the small project? Yeah? So everything you must put here. Yeah. So meaning that you need to arrange and rewrite back. What can I say? It is actually not light work. It is heavy work actually for this chapter. For example, here for the dissertation, the original dissertation is that we have introduction, problem statement, aim, objective, scope of study, significant and limitation. So this one must be replaced with the new one. Yeah? For example, here I put this one, this what do you call this? Subtopic. This subtopic is actually refer to the objective that I mentioned here. Yeah, yeah. So you can select determine this subtopic based on our objective. What you want to tell? What you want to tell the reader? Yeah. Okay. Then after that, okay. How to establish wow factors? Just now I mentioned wow factors. Yeah. Wow factors is very easy. You can find newspaper articles, browse in the internet. For example, for our case is that construction noise complaint. How many complaints from the in newspapers? Yeah, from the report, from the environmental department report, from the overseas data from local authorities. Yeah. This is very important, especially when your thesis that you want to change to a book has been published long time ago. So we need a new data. So this is actually very important, hot issues. Last time I asked my student, last time Dr. Nadira was my student, and I asked her to go to the Majlis Perbandaran Johor Bahru to get the data for 10 years. So, and then we analyzed and included in this in the book. So you can also do your own surveys. So that is called, I call it as the hot issues, wow factors. So this will make our book look different from others. And this is also in line with the, the requirement of the anugrah, any award requirement. Yeah, they need the book that relate to the community problem, that can have a significant impact to the community. Yeah? For example, I browse the internet. Yeah? So this one, this is example for factors. Yeah? So this picture, we put it in our book. Yeah? Okay, so this is the writing of chapter 1. Yeah, I will begin with the abstract. Yeah? So in chapter 1, we have objective just now, and then we must summarize as if it is an like abstract with the graphic. Yeah? For example, here I put a picture taken from the Sun Daily. Yeah? These people complain about the construction behind there. Yeah? So I begin with the abstract for the chapter. Okay, so this is wow factor. Not only one picture, not one case, but many cases. Yeah, to inform to the reader, yeah? To inform public, yeah? To inform the industry that this is very important issues here. Yeah, so I think this is the data obtained from the local authority. Yeah? We can see that the complaint about noise and the water pollution have the same percentage. Yeah? Okay, this is from the overseas. You can obtain also from the report from US, from UK, and included. Yeah? And don't forget this thing, yeah? Effect on human health. Yeah? For example, noise can not only it's not only affect your hearing, yeah, but also to the whole system of the body. Yeah. So you need. I explained it in one subtopic. Yeah. All right. Okay. This is chapter 2. Okay. Plus, after you complete chapter 1, then you go to chapter 2. This is about the theory. Yeah. Theory. Yeah. So we already got theory from the original thesis, yeah. But here my experience is that it is not enough. Yeah? I edit. I get another information from the recent journal and so on. Yeah? You need to add, yeah? Meaning that we have the new facts, the new data. Although it is a theory, yeah, we need to we must berusaha lah, supaya orang faham. So you must discuss the theory. Yeah? Okay, theory related to subject you explain in chapter 1, yeah? And then to discuss theory, this theory must also touch what you will want to discuss in chapter 3, and also relate to the guideline standard available in Malaysia. Yeah? So chapter 2 is about that one, about theory that relate to next chapter, the chapter 1, and also guideline. Yeah? Okay, and this is the important points. Although in chapter 2, yeah, avoid too many self-citation, avoid copy and paste from other published works. That is very wrong, very high plagiarism. Although you maybe you copy paste from the journal. Yeah? Make sure you rewrite, although it is your work. Avoid inconsistent writing technique. Avoid use of incorrect terminology. Sometimes people, for example, in our case, the unit is wrong. Use up-to-date reference. and then make sure citation does exist in the list of reference and no conclusion. Yeah. So in the thesis, the thesis, we have a conclusion at the end of chapter, right? So for the book, don't put conclusion, because everything we mention it in the during writing. You need to relate with the chapter 3 and chapter 1. So we don't need conclusion here. Okay, this is chapter 2, So this is outline for the chapter 2. Okay. This is from the thesis. You can see that it's different, It's different. We omit 2.5, because remember just now we have 2 literature review in our research book. Chapter 4 is again literature review. So we don't want the literature review only in chapter 2. But I divided into 2. Okay. So here we have the abstract. This is the figure. It's like a journal. Journal also need currently journal. High impact journal, they need abstract figure. So the same for the book. So this is I don't know other people. So this is my style. Our style. Before we go to the chapter 2, we begin with the abstract. Something like abstract. You mention what is the content of your chapter 2, and then in terms of diagram, you can explain more. Sketch, using the sketch. Okay, so chapter 3 again. For the chapter 3, do the same like in chapter 1 and chapter 2. You in order to determine the subtopic. First things first, you need to set the objective. What is the objective of your chapter? Just right. For example, here, evaluate the construction noise using measurement. Your intention is to evaluate how we measure noise from construction site. And then when we talk about measure, you must also need to elaborate the equipment. And then discuss method how to assess, and then show the measurement of several data case. Okay, this one is actually this is the part of the thesis. The thesis, the case studies in the thesis. Yes, you put here, but before you cannot presented everything in the thesis. Thesis, because the thesis we write for the examiner. To understand. But now we want people to understand, so the way we write and the way we explain also different. And then we get the assess. We assess what is the assessment, the impact. Don't forget every chapter. We must explain the impact. For example, here from the measurement, you got certain value. And what is the impact to the society? That is what I mean. Okay, so this is chapter 3 just now. After you already set the objective, then we can determine the subtopic. So this is the subtopic. Okay, again. I will put. I did put the abstract and the picture. I like picture. I like to put the picture because the reader will less stress. The picture can describe 1,000 words. So that is the power of the picture. So that's why in the beginning of the chapter, we put the picture that related to that chapter, our original. So in this chapter 3, we put everything that we want people know. For example, here we have a case study. We have a case study filing. We have a excavation stage, structure stage, and so on. And then we provide the result. Make sure the result presented very clear. The table also according to the format given by the penerbit. Okay, so this is chapter 4. Again, before before establish the outline, we must set the first the objective for the chapter 4. So this is the objective, like before, and then this is the objective for chapter 5, and so on. So this is chapter 5. This is the only chapter that doesn't have the picture. But the explanation I accompanied with the illustration. The illustration, if possible, we can do it. You can do it using eDraw. I use with eDraw. Sometimes I use PowerPoint. This one I use PowerPoint. How I get this object? You can search the internet and so on. This one. This is everything we draw ourselves. This is using eDraw. This is the case that we use in the study. Okay, the table must be according to the penerbit. And then, last but not least, the final chapter. For the final chapter is the conclusion. In our thesis also got this information. But the thesis, the way we write is not, it's not soft. So here we need to rewrite again. Rewrite. So we must bear in mind that the conclusion must also include the society, the impact to the society. Don't forget that one. And the impact must be proved with the statistical analysis and so on. Oh. Okay. That was last. The last. So I think I hope everyone here. This is my experience. Maybe Prof. Nazri got different experience. So I hope you can use my tips and experience on how to write the book, and I pray that you all successful in writing and can get what better than me. Okay, thank you, Prof. Naomi.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Terima kasih Dr. Zaiton. Thank you Zaiton for the very good sharing session. You have been doing it, step by step, process by process from your own personal experience. I think like for myself, I can take a number or some tips from you, in completing the research book. So I open it for to anyone who would like to ask question or comments or contribute ideas on how we can produce good research book. Even Prof. Nazri, you have been giving talk to many other universities. Maybe you apart from giving sharing with us, maybe you would like to give a word or two, Prof. Nazri, before
Okay.
before you mention.
Nak mention dah ni. Dah ready nak mention dah ni. Okay, I think
Kerja.
Macam mana?
Lagi dapat gaji kena kerja.
Betul. Tapi saya boleh cuti rehat. Saya nak ambil cuti rehat. Itu hak saya. Okay, Dr. Zaiton tadi saya rasa memang very good lah. Very informative. Saya pun belajar juga sikit pointer dia tu. Dan most of them memang align dengan apa yang saya tahu. Pak Naomi pun pernah dengar saya punya lecture kan. So I think almost the same lah. Okay, you punya tu you from your own experience sama, which is very good lah in helping the others to start their writing. And macam tu juga yang saya komen banyak kali dalam saya punya taklimat ialah the best for you to start kalau dapat tu ambil sabbatical because you can focus doing the book. Ke buku ni dia tak boleh tulis celah-celah aktiviti lain, faham tak? It's very hard. You kata I nak bagi sejam to do this, tak boleh. It's very hard. So you kena betul-betul masa lapang mungkin at least 3-4 hari tu you fokus. Yang penting macam yang Dr. Zaiton cakap tadi tu is to get the I call it table of content lah. The table of content tu kena siap dulu. You kena fill up the table of content tu up to the kita katakan level 3 lah. Okay, maksudnya dia punya anak tu sampai anak yang ketiga lah. 1.2.3 contoh. So you fill up macam tu, dia punya skeleton dia tu, it's easy for you to tulis nanti. Right? Everything is already there. So you don't nampak. So that one will take time. Don't worry to waste time on that one. But later on you boleh rujuk itu from time to time. Cuma satu lagi yang saya nak bangkitkan di sini on the latest punya issue ialah on the copyright lah. So any figure you ambil dalam internet, diagram or from other journal, from other punya publication whatsoever, mesti kena dapat izin. Itu kita beritahu sebab saya dah ada pengalaman dengan penerbit dan juga dengan DBP. Memang they request us to have the, dia panggil apa tu yang ada borang tu kita kena isikan semua tu. Declaration form yang semua all single figure, graph, table, kita dah dapat keizinan daripada penulis asal untuk kita gunakan. So buku ni dia ada nilai komersial. Kalau you take the same graph or the same figure, you tulis dalam journal, artikel, you hantar ke journal, no problem. But once you use the same graph for your book publication, then it's a different matter lah. You need to have the keizinan, permission to use tadi. Saya dua tu kot yang saya rasa yang agak pressing lah saya ingin bangkitkan lah. The rest have been covered by Dr. Zaiton lah. Well done Dr. Zaiton. Congratulations for getting the, winning the anugerah tadi tu.
Dr. Zaiton,
Yeah.
tadi suka sangat ada pengganti dia cakap. Sebab selama ni dia lah yang kena kesini kesana cerita pasal research book ni kan. Prof Nazri, both you
Saya sejak 2012 tu, dah 10 tahun dah dekat dengan nak pension ni. Pension terus lah. Dia kan pension bagi taklimat dan pension betul.
Tapi saya pun nak pension juga, Prof.
Kamu lambat lagi.
Tak ada, saya dah nak pension juga.
bila?
Ambil
Tapi tak apa, no problem.
Bila pension
Taklah
Dr. Zaiton?
saya memang pension wajib. Saya ambil pension wajib.
Oh, okay.
Bila?
Tapi tak apa. Saya dalam bulan 10.
Oh, you lagi awal daripada Dr. Nazri. Okay. Lagi 2 bulan? Okay. Okay, and any question? Any other questions?
Satu lagi tadi kan, Prof Naomi, about the figure lah. Actually kan, you need to, produce your own figure.
Redraw kan?
Possible.
Redraw mula kan?
Yes, you must draw it. So you
betul. Saya lupa nak cakap tadi.
Satisfied lah. Very satisfied with your own book because our book is our face lah kan.
Betul. Kalau lukis sendiri okey lah. Just make sure that tak similar dengan the original lah.
Yeah.
Tapi masalah dia sama ada keluar kos.
Salam.
Ya, silakan.
Assalamualaikum, Dr. Zaiton. Saya nak tanya, kalau macam kita write buku ni daripada thesis kan kita ambil. So macam usually kalau macam ni Dr. Zaiton buat daripada thesis satu campur dengan thesis master kan, lepas tu campur dengan publication kan. So macam contohlah kalau kita ambil daripada thesis kan, kebanyakannya ayat tu kita kena rewrite the whole ni ke?
Ya, betul. Memang kena rewrite ya. Actually your menulis ni is your own passionate lah sebenarnya pada saya lah kan. Kalau your kita kena tanya diri kita kan, kalau kita nak write aja, nak produce research book, dapat juga markah kan research book, tapi maybe you will not satisfied with that. Jadi untuk memang satisfy diri you, because pada saya lah menulis buku ni, bila you pension pun dia masih ada lagi kan, orang akan baca, people outside akan akan baca ya. So pada saya lah, saya memang rewrite semula.
I was thinking with
terima kasih doktor. Kalau yang sebenarnya kalau macam kita rewrite tu, sometimes kan dia ada macam kita kena check. Biasanya publisher kat UTM dia nak berapa persen, because to write the whole, macam sometimes kita rewrite, kita akan keep write the same macam structure, the same, sometimes macam bila Turnitin comes with Turnitin tu sometimes macam a bit hard lah untuk kita dapatkan percentage yang betul-betul
saya faham. Itu sebablah kita kena rewrite balik, rearrange, re-edit dan sebagainya. InsyaAllah tak ada.
Prof Nazri.
Okay, terima kasih doktor.
Prof Nazri, kalau UTM Press dia tak boleh lebih
20%.
20% sama tau.
Dan 20% tu pula bear in mind lah, dia akan gunakan you punya tadi yang you run untuk thesis dulu pun akan digunakan juga sebagai perbandingan. So Ahmad dah kena dah. So when you do that means that ayat tu memang betul-betul yang Dr. Zaiton cakap lah. Kena revamp everything lah sebab dia akan detect balik. One thing maybe lah, saya tak tahu lah sama ada dia dah ada belum software tu, tapi kalau nak selamat, kalau thesis bahasa Inggeris, tukar bahasa Melayu lah. Dan susah sikit lah. Kecuali kalau dia dah ada application baru yang dia boleh detect even dalam bahasa Melayu. Kalau kita dalam bahasa Inggeris tu, dia kita Melayu kan apa, dia boleh semak. Itu saya dengar dia tengah buat lah. Sama ada dah siap ke belum, Wallahualam. This is the dilemma lah yang ramai orang dah kena. Actually dah ramai kena yang 20% tu. Even saya sendiri pun kena juga buku saya yang baru ni saya hantar gitu. So 20% tu quite tight lah.
Okay, any other questions?
Ada doktor, saya Dr. Mala. Hai Prof Nomi, Dr. Zaiton dan juga Dr. Nazri. Saya ada dua soalan sebenarnya. Yang pertama, saya just nak clarify mengenai forward. Setengah buku kan dia ada forward. Forward tu sebenarnya apa konten sebenar forward? Tu soalan pertama. Soalan kedua adalah mengenai yang graphical abstract tu. Dia ada standard ataupun ada tak cara-cara tertentu kita nak buat graphical abstract tu? Sebab saya tengok Dr. Zaiton tadi dia punya lebih straightforward. Tapi kalau kita tengok jurnal-jurnal dia lain sikit. Jadi apa cara sebenar kita nak buat yang graphical abstract ni? Dua soalan tu je lah. Thank you doktor.
Okay. Saya rasa forward tu sama lah dengan preface ya, sebab bila kita publish dengan penerbit UTM dia nak preface, dia tak minta forward. So dia ada dia punya ni lah, dia punya tadi saya ada tunjukkan ni dia.
Apa beza preface, forward, semua ni doktor? Ada beza?
Oh, yang tu saya pun yang tu saya tak berapa tahu lah itu, tapi saya rasa kalau you nak publish dekat penerbit UTM, dia minta preface saja.
Oh, itu ikut publisher lah kot dia.
Ikut publisher. Dr. Mala tengok buku-buku yang ada di luar lah. Kan, saya dulu masa saya nak tulis buku ni, saya study lah banyak buku saya study lah, and my area dan juga area lain. Sebab tu saya dapat sendiri saya punya ni lah, saya punya format. Saya buat sendiri. Saya ingat publisher nanti akan potong-potong kan. Tapi saya tengok dia accept. So alhamdulillah lah. Sebenarnya benda ni semua cara kita tulis ni terpulang pada kita, Dr. Mala. Nanti akan publisher nanti akan komen, review akan komen. Reviewer tu kalau nak pilih yang bagus lah, boleh constructive comment. Jangan kalau boleh janganlah yang macam tak ada komen, susah juga kan. Kita nakkan komen about the content.
Okay.
Seterusnya pasal abstract tu dia tak ada macam jurnal ada kan, macam SLV dia ada dia punya kriteria. Tapi saya di sini ini saya punya idea saja. So saya fikir masa tu sebelum orang baca, saya nak mereka tu catch apa yang saya nak sampaikan. So, sebab saya letak contohnya yang ni tadi saya ada lukis. Contohnya yang ini kan. Contohnya yang ni. Bila saya cerita dalam chapter 2 ni, seriusnya isu ini. Saya tunjuklah gambar. Di abstract dia apa yang ada di dalam chapter 1 keseluruhan. And then saya tunjuk gambar-gambar ni kan supaya pembaca, oh serius juga rupanya kan. Saya nak macam tu. Saya nak pembaca bercakap macam tu. And then ini pula, ini pula saya compilekan dalam bentuk diagram. Kan the noise propagation, dia punya faktor banyak kan, atmosphere apa semualah, temperature.
So doktor tak adalah ikut standard mana-mana, doktor
tak
memang
ada.
Ikut cita rasa lah.
Ya, cita rasa. Okay.
Alright.
Tujuan kita satu je, supaya reader tu senang aja.
Okay. Thank you doktor, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay, saya buka soalan lain. Any more questions from the floor? Okay, if there are any more questions, so I think ada lagi ni. Mas Surah Syafinas, adakah bilangan muka surat bagi setiap chapter kena sama? Okay, boleh Dr. Zaiton ataupun Prof. Nazri yang dah biasa ni? Bilangan muka surat.
Yang saya selalu tekankan dekat peserta taklimat saya tu selalunya ialah keseimbangan lah. Maksudnya doesn't have to be exactly the same number of pages. Tapi biasanya around 20, 25 or 30 is good enough. Cuma yang kita nak elakkan ialah some chapters are too short and some chapters are too long. Itu nampak sangatlah. Saya tak ada any standard rule lah for this one. Cuma kalau nak dapat cantik buku tu, itu je lah dia punya kaedah dia. Mungkin Dr. Zaiton ada cara lain ke?
Saya setujulah dengan Prof. Nazri tu. Kalau contohnya janganlah terlalu pendek dan janganlah terlalu panjang. Dia kena ada keseimbangan lah. Maybe you can add any fakta-fakta lain kan macam tu.
Okey, cuma mungkin saya minta izin daripada Prof. Nami lah nak komen pasal forward tadi tu. Okey, biasanya forward ni dia beza daripada preface. Preface kita tulis sendiri. Nama dia prakata, kalau sebenarnya prakata lah. It's written by the author. Dan forward ni biasanya ditulis oleh orang lain. Biasanya orang tu sama ada orang yang ada kita kata some high post lah, macam menteri ke, apa tu, orang daripada council ke ataupun NC ke, betul jabatan ke apa. Somebody else yang promote you punya buku lah. Asal cakap written by somebody else to promote your book and say that this is a good book and so on and so forth lah. That's what they mean by forward. Ataupun kalau dalam bahasa Melayu dia panggil kata pengantar. You boleh tengok buku lah. You boleh check buku-buku yang ada kat library tu. What do you mean by kata pengantar and how is written? Actually kita tak tulis, orang yang tulis. Cuma yang untuk orang-orang yang besar-besar ni kita kena draft untuk dua orang lah. We have to draft for them and then only dia akan masukkan dalam buku tu lah. Itu boleh bantu kot menjawab soalan tadi tu.
Baik, terima kasih Prof. Ada soalan lain?
Thank you doktor. Thank you Dr. Nazri.
Okay, welcome.
Okay, ada lagi tak soalan? Okay, Dr. Zaiton, nanti Dr. Zaiton boleh share ke slide ni?
Boleh.
Terima kasih Dr. Zaiton.
Sama.
Nanti kita urus setia akan sharekan slide tu dengan yang semua yang ada dalam ni lah. Yang hantar email ni,
Boleh.
yang dah register tu. Terima kasih doktor. Okey,
Sama.
jadi kalau tak ada apa-apa, sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih pada Dr. Zaiton dan juga Prof Nazri, yang yang menambah-nambah, tambah-tambah tu.
Yang mencelah, yang menyebut je lah.
Tak apa, tak apa.
Saya nak dengar tu dia cakap tu saja je.
Prof Nazri ni untuk pengertian kawan-kawan semua, dia selalu monitor saya ni.
Memang ada hutang lagi, tak bayar lagi hutang.
Sampai dia bayar hutang lagi. Kau dah tengok
Itulah.
hantar. Tapi saya pun macam mana saya pun nak adakan rotan ke?
Tak ada. Saya ini bos sekarang, LPPT ni rendah pula nanti.
Jadi macam
Cuma monitor daripada jauh je lah. Kalau orang kata duduk bernafas kat belakang kita tu bagi apa.
Bagi semangat tu lah.
Bagi
Saya memang
okay.
cakap dengan staff saya dulu, Suhaira, Akira. Tanya dia orang semua sampai setakat mana. Ada yang tentu edited book. Edited book tu dipanggil semua orang kan. Jadi itu mungkin lebih senang kot edited book. Tapi kalau research book ni macam Dr. Zaiton kata tadi, kita start dengan satu major major thesis lah katakan Dr. Zaiton
Ya, betul.
dengan satu major thesis. Lepas tu kita tambah-tambah daripada kita punya search lah kita punya literature search literature research kita tambah lagi daripada artikel-artikel lain yang berkaitan
Ya. Betul.
kita punya research yang lain. Jadi dia akan menjadilah in fact 70% daripada thesis tadi yang kita akan tukarkan kepada pembacaan umum kemudian kita tambah dengan yang lain itu dia punya cara kan kalau saya boleh simpulkan. Lepas tu kita kena plan apa dia benda unik yang kita nak sampaikan kepada kita punya audience betul dan kita itu mesti ada objektif dia. Mesti ada objektif walaupun kita tak menulis objektif tu secara terang-terangan tapi at the back of our head tu kita dah tahu dah siapa audience dia. Apakah yang dia akan dapat daripada membaca buku kita kan? Kenapa buku kita ni lain daripada buku-buku lain dari pasaran, betul Dan kita daripada objektif tu kita akan pecah pada sub-objektif dan daripada sub-objektif itulah kita akan mengatur semua bab-bab kita. Betul dan setiap bab tu daripada objektif tu kita akan mengaturkan apa pula isi-isi yang kita sampaikan bagi setiap bab. Begitu lebih kurang kan? Jadi kita dan Dr. Zaiton menggunakan satu instrumen iaitu macam gambaran kita boleh kata mind map ke konsep map ke tentang apa dia konsep bagi buku secara keseluruhannya dan apa dia yang nak masuk dalam setiap bab betul doktor dan begitu idea itu dikembangkan jadi saya ucapkan terima kasih banyak-banyak kepada Profesor Maya Dr. Zaiton Haron atas perkongsian pengalaman peribadi beliau untuk menulis buku pendidikan. Jadi kita ni kita pun semua tahu dalam keadaan pandemik ni semua terjejas terutama ekonomi terjejas. Bila ekonomi terjejas kita punya peluang untuk mendapatkan grant pun akan terjejas. Kita suka ke tak suka. Jadi itu semua kita pun faham dari segi grant apa kita kata public grants maupun industry grant dan international grant kita semua tahu jadi inilah masanya kita menggunakan semua yang kita dah ada dulu tu whatever we have from past years including whatever our students have published from our research in the past few years and this is where we focus on publication on writing so in fact writing or dissemination of knowledge as a result from our research is also something that we should focus on because apart from getting grants because getting grant is getting more competitive nowadays but publication is something that we can focus we can do and we can nobody can because it is less dependent on another party to give us the grant to conduct our research. So this is where we should focus lah. Jadi I thank everyone for participating in our talk this afternoon and I wish you all the best. Thank you again. Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Kita akan hantar recording kita akan hantar recording pada you all dan juga slide insya-Allah. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih.
Salam. Terima kasih.